Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. So traditionally, when someone who is under the age of 18 has an idea, whether it is philanthropic in nature, a community club, hackathon, really anything that involves moving money, they need adults to be involved to effectively push that idea forward. This can be due to banks not letting them open up an account, not being able to actually spend money they raise, or people just not taking them seriously and giving them any agency. This is a problem. Teenagers are enthusiastic, motivated, and often shockingly smart and insightful. But because they are not given agency to pursue these ideas, they have to rely on adults or existing systems, which can hold them back and prevent them from being able to explore ideas on their own terms. This is something we are feeling very acutely at Hack Club. We help teenagers create coding clubs similar to a Boy Scout or a Girl Scout troop, but focused on STEM and computer science. And we help them do this without the need to involve adults, because we've seen what amazing things teens can do and create when given autonomy to act and make decisions. However, traditional fiscal sponsorship and philanthropy became a hurdle to that. The students that wanted to operate in a more official capacity, but did not have the resources or time to become a nonprofit, and did not want to give up the autonomy that Hack Club had given them by working with an overbearing sponsor. We had a problem, and we landed on what we thought was a pretty elegant solution: become a fiscal sponsor, ignoring the fact that we had no experience with fiscal sponsorship at all. So this is what we did. We spent a lot of time learning, working with advisors, paying our lawyers, setting up policies, and everything that goes along with becoming a sponsor. But we did it. Unfortunately, though, as we started to sponsor these orgs, we noticed another hurdle to empowering the teens. If they cannot actually use and move the money themselves in an efficient way, we can give them all the decision-making power in the world, but it does not make them any more autonomous. So we had another problem, but another elegant solution: build a platform for them to manage their finances. And this is what we did. From scratch, fully in-house, and with the help of many teenage contributors, we built a financial management software that allows the teens to not only have the sponsorship, but also a way to actually manage their finances. The results were almost immediate. We had hundreds of teenagers in our community flock to our platform, start projects, and start to do really amazing things out in their communities. On top of that, because we were giving them the ability to manage their own finances, it was a real-world lesson in financial literacy, an added benefit that we did not consider at first when we were building the platform. After doing it for about a year, we knew we had something special, and we learned a really important lesson from working with those teenagers. Shared agency changes behavior. When everyone can see how money is being used, accountability becomes natural. When teams can move quickly, they can act on momentum instead of losing it, and when the tools are simple, people will use them. We then came to the realization that turned us into the sponsor we are now. The systems we built for teenagers turn out to be exactly what many nonprofit projects need as well. Traditional fiscal sponsorship often centralizes control. Money comes in, but organizations must request access to it through layers of administration, removing agency and the ability to actually do real work. This can work, but it slows down the process and puts up unnecessary guardrails. Our software helps us flip that dynamic. Instead of putting up unnecessary guardrails, we provide the infrastructure, the reporting, the oversight, the compliance, and allow project leaders to operate within that infrastructure. And that combination of transparency and autonomy has scaled far beyond high school students. Today, Hack Club Bank helps move more than $30 million in nonprofit funding, with thousands of organizations from all over the world using HCB to power their projects. The lesson that you should take away from this presentation is a lot of institutions assume that young people need to be taught how systems work, but in this case, the opposite was true. Teenagers showed us how systems should work. Thank you.